Hello Libra, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back for some crystal clarity. We're gonna go straight into the full moon in Scorpio messages, kind of take a look and see what you can expect over the next couple weeks, as well as what you've been really working on as far as like your manifestations and all of that from the new moon in Aries. So let's just get straight into it. I will say, I am getting a feeling that, it makes sense. A lot of people or a lot of signs are getting this kind of energy. Full moon in Scorpio being all about transformation, renewal, rebirth, all of that. It does feel like you're going through some big changes right now, big life changes. But it all feels like ultimately for the best, like you're kind of leveling up in a way. But yeah, let's take a look and see what has Libra been focusing on manifesting or creating since the new moon in Aries. Wow. Okay, well, Libra, we've got Four of Cups in the reverse with the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So I don't know if you were really focused a whole lot on manifestation during the last couple of weeks. It feels like, honestly, you've been going through some hard times. Most definitely. That might have been kind of what inspired some of these changes, or maybe the changes are part of the bad times and that's creating even more change. I'm not sure. But this Four of Cups in the reverse, you've definitely been spending some time by yourself, really thinking about things that have gone down lately, things that have been making you feel very not satisfied, or like maybe you didn't get your way with something, or something didn't work out the way that you had hoped it would. And so you've been really spending a lot of time thinking about this and trying to kind of like gain some sort of understanding of like why things played out the way that they did. And while you've been doing this, you've been really withdrawn from your friends, your family, your support system. You've just kind of been spending some time by yourself. It does feel like, yeah, there's a huge focus, or at least the last couple of weeks, there was a huge focus on just generally feeling not happy, not feeling very like content, or like you have any sense of like emotional fulfillment out of your situation. And on top of that, we have the Five of Cups here, kind of like the overarching energy over these two cards here. So I do feel like you've gone through some sort of loss. I'm not sure what it was. It does feel related to a connection potentially. But you've been sad, you've been grieving, you've been just kind of focused on that loss that occurred, which has made it difficult for you to see what's in front of you, that you do still have, things to be grateful for, things to be, to feel happy about. But yeah, like you're just not really in that space, or at least you weren't the last couple of weeks, you've been just very focused on grieving, and that's fine. Like it feels like this is something that you might have gone through recently, like in your recent past, and you're still just kind of dealing with that aftermath of like your emotions and just not feeling very happy right now, or lately anyway. So I'm sorry about that, Libra. Let's see where you're at currently. I'm hoping maybe a little bit better than you were the last couple weeks. What's the current energy for Libra? So we've got the Ten of Cups here. It did come out kind of like sideways. I don't really know how to take that, but we have the World here beside it, with the Death card at the bottom of the deck. So I do feel like some sort of cycle within love completed here, for you. It's interesting, a lot of people are getting, or a lot of the signs are getting the same theme around this Ten of Cups, of just kind of like having their emotional world turned upside down a little bit, to the point where you've had to really like examine your connections and examine like, you know, the ways in which you've been loving, the beliefs you've had around love, the patterns you've been engaging in around love, that sort of thing. Something definitely came to some sort of close here for you with the World. It's possible there was an ending to a relationship here, some sort of connection that you really had a lot of love for, or a lot of love in. But yeah, like I feel like, you know, this person may have been the World to you. Like this may have been somebody who, you know, you really thought the world of, you know, and it feels like, you know, these changes that you're going through are definitely related to your emotional life, your romantic life, your connections with others. And it feels like you're having to let go of a lot of, like I said, like old ways of thinking, old ways of behaving, old patterns you engaged in, when it comes to your loving connections. I know this Ten of Cups, I'm having a little trouble like kind of dealing with it, but like I do think this Ten of Cups was kind of trying to come out in the reversal. I mean, it just would make more sense to me. But regardless, like even if, you know, a relationship didn't end, or there wasn't any sort of, you know, necessarily like negative thing happening within a loving connection, it does feel like regardless, like you're still very much going through a transformative period. Like you may have completed a cycle, with this World here, with a person or within a connection, or just, you know, a cycle in general, related to your connections here. And, you know, as that cycle has ended, you're now starting to begin a new one, you know? Might be dealing with a Scorpio. Yeah, so what's about to come into your conscious awareness, Libra? What are you about to be made aware of? Wow. Lots of people getting these cards. Like, I can't even tell you the other signs. Like, it's all starting to blur together because it's happened so many times. But, like, the amount of people getting these very same cards. The Four of Cups, I feel like, has been in almost every reading. Judgment card. Ten of Cups. Like, what is going on? Okay. Yeah, so we've got Justice, your card of zodiac sign of Libra, and we've got Judgment that came out. So yeah, like I feel like, you know, something may have gone down within a connection of yours, but what you're about to be made aware of and what's about to come in for you is some sort of like fair outcome to your situation. Like some sort of justice is going to be served in this situation, you know? So if you've been really feeling like, yeah, like you were just kind of like left to deal with this, you know, injustice or this unfairness that occurred, you are going to have some sort of answer come in that's going to be the most positive, fair, balanced outcome for everybody involved. Judgment's here as well. So there is some sort of like epiphany or realization that's going to come in that might kickstart some changes for you, or kickstart a transitionary period for you where you really are stepping up in some way, towards something new. So what is it that you want to let go of, Libra? I'm so sorry. What is it that you want to let go of, Libra? What are you trying to release during this period here with the full moon? Okay. All right, so we've got the Two of Swords with the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So I feel like for some of you, like there is some sort of decision that needs to be made here. For others of you, I feel like you've already made the decision, and maybe, this already is a decision that doesn't exactly, it's a hard decision. Like, it's not like there's a better, an obvious answer that's better than the other, or obvious choice that's better than the other. It's like both options have pros and cons. Both options, have the potential for, positive and negative things to happen. And I don't know, it feels like, for some of you, for some of you, I feel like you've made a choice to kind of be on your own. You might have been on your own for quite a while. You might have just really kind of like isolated, kind of isolated yourself by just focusing on work, focusing on your abundance, focusing on, building up prosperity for yourself, and just focused on being a boss in some way, like just really working hard. But I feel like, that might be where the source of your unhappiness is coming from. You might be kind of tired of always going it alone, or just not having anybody to share all of what you have to offer, not having anybody to share that with. We also have the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This is your energy, the Queen of Air. So, it feels like you've been standing on your own in your true power for quite a while. But maybe you've just been really, maybe throughout this whole situation, you've just been really kind of like closed off when it comes to sharing yourself with other people, or just like, that wasn't really the aim. Like, you really have kept yourself pretty protected, or kept yourself, you had very firm boundaries that you kept in place, which isn't a bad thing at all. It's a very good thing. But, maybe that's just that's something that you had to do in order to get yourself to where you are now. But now that you are, doing well financially, or just really living this prosperous life, you're just okay, I'm kind of this was fun or whatever. I've been working hard. I've been, being my own boss or whatever, but it's you just don't have anybody to share it with. You're feeling just kind of lonely. And it feels like, you want to let go of that. You're tired of just kind of having to continuously just choose yourself, I guess, is kind of what I'm hearing here. And maybe that energy I was getting with the Ten of Cups, maybe this was supposed to come in the upright. And what you're really focused on is that end goal. You know, you're focused on like, okay, I have like financial abundance, I have financial prosperity, but like, how do I, you know, find my end goal, like connection? Like, how do I find, you know, that person that I want to share the rest of my life with? I don't know. So what's going to help you let go here, Libra? What's going to help you let go? 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, so I've got the 10 of Pentacles with the King of Cups. You could be dealing with a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. But I do feel like, yeah, like this is, like, I don't know, like for some of you, I'm kind of getting a feeling like, I don't know, that like love and like family and, you know, like a partner, like a spouse or whatever, like maybe that was just put on the back burner for some of you for quite a while because you were just focused on taking care of yourself, focused on, you know, how do I make sure that I'm secure and I can, you know, provide for myself and all of those things. But it feels like, you know, some of you might honestly be getting ready to kind of settle down. Like some of you might be kind of like, yeah, like I want a family. I want that family unit. That's not a word. You want that family unit, you know, like you want that that comfort, that stability in your home life, you know, that you have with other people that you're sharing together. It's possible that there is a water sign in your life who is around you that maybe you have this person in mind. You know, maybe there's a very supportive, understanding, loving connection around you where you're kind of eyeballing this person. This person looks like they're in a pretty good spot here too. This is the King of Cups. This is like the most mature and well established of the water suit, you know, the water people, whatever you want to call them. You know, so like this is somebody who, yeah, like not only are they very mature, like they handle themselves very well, you know, but they also really know how to support other people. They're that person that people, you know, call on for emotional support. They're somebody who provides a lot of love and empathy and understanding and, you know, nurture to others. So maybe this person's looking really good to you right now and you're starting to kind of eyeball this person like, you know, maybe I want to start a family with you. I'm not sure. For others of you, this may be you kind of this is your energy and this is you recognizing I'm in a good spot in my life where I have a lot of love to give now, you know, like I am like ready to share with other people like what it is that I have to offer, like I said. And it does look like we have the 3 of Wands at the bottom of the deck, so it does look like you're kind of like you're looking a little bit, you know, like you're like what's out there, like you're looking at the horizons, you're thinking about your future, you're aware of the possibilities around you, and maybe for the first time in a really long time you're like open to those possibilities. That's kind of fun, Libra. I'm liking this reading. So what are the outside influences here for you, Libra? The outside influences, the outside resources. Okay, well. So we have the 3 of Swords here in the reverse with the Page of Swords. So, I mean, from the energy from the beginning, we know you went through something in your recent past, right? Definitely some sort of heartbreak, some sort of, misunderstanding within a love connection or within a very deep, loving connection, somebody that you really cared for. You definitely went through that, and it looks like it's possible one of you two is going to come in with some communication. It's possible that some of you really have been thinking a lot about what happened and are receiving, new clarity. This really could be your energy. It's a page of air, so it's very possible it's your energy. This could be another air sign though, or somebody with prominent air in their chart. But, this is somebody who's been really thinking about the situation, gathering knowledge, gathering information, and maybe they've come to, they've had some sort of breakthrough, or if they've had some sort of, idea or clarity where they, might be coming towards you with some sort of communication, or you might be coming towards them with some sort of communication around this heartbreak, and how that made you feel, all of that. So what's the advice then? And that might be like what your choice is here. Like, this Two of Swords, like, you might be letting go of the choice to like be on your own. Like, this could have been something that occurred like a while back, or like for some of you, I even feel like this is somebody that you like didn't necessarily like date, but maybe you had feelings for them. And like maybe it wasn't mutual, or maybe like the timing was weird, or like I don't know, like something weird happened, and it feels like you had to like kind of let go of that for a little bit and just kind of focus on yourself, focus on building yourself up. And it felt like maybe you were single for a while, and now maybe now like you're in a spot where you're like, you know what, like that situation hurt or whatever, but I've been by myself now for quite a while. I have a lot to offer, I have a lot to give, and I want to share that with somebody else. So yeah, like, this might be you deciding to talk to this person about how like maybe your feelings were hurt, because maybe they didn't even know you had feelings for them, and they started making a move towards somebody else, or like, like definitely the Three of Swords can indicate a third party situation. So, like maybe they got involved with somebody else and they didn't know how you felt, and that was like the heartbreak or something, because I'm not even really getting like bad vibes from this person, or like they like betrayed you. Like all we had was the Lost card, the Five of Cups, and the Three of Swords. So, you were feeling very sad and you were grieving and you felt heartbroken, but it could have been a lot of different reasons why, and I feel like now you're at a point where you're like, I'm gonna choose to put myself back out there, or at least that's like kind of the goal, right? So what's the advice? What's the advice for Libra? What do they need to know? Ooh, please. Okay. So we've got moving towards the light and letting go. So again, like I said, I do feel like you have a lot of changes that are occurring for you right now. Again, we have the Judgment card here. So you are going to be made aware of some sort of, something's going to come to light that you were not previously aware of. And yeah, like I said, like the Justice card is here as well. So it's going to be the best possible outcome for everybody who might be involved. So, this is you moving towards the light. This is you, going down this path that is going to be very beneficial for you. And with that, it feels like you're going to be like letting go of a lot of, this emotional dissatisfaction from the beginning. You might have felt just like really, like, again, like I'm really getting for some of you, I feel like this was like a situation with somebody who you really cared for, but maybe they weren't aware of that. Or again, like maybe there was like a timing thing where things were just kind of like off, and like you were just kind of left feeling just like really like emotionally just like, this sucks, like, this is not what I wanted. And so I feel like, yeah, you're gonna be letting go of that in favor of, heading towards the light. What else, please, for Libra? All right, so we've got your dreams need a practical plan. This is the full moon in Taurus card. So, your goal here, like I do feel like you're currently in this state where you're realizing your dream of like what kind of, like who your ultimate end goal person might be. And if you are really headed towards like marriage or like wanting a family or like having some sort of union within the family or like as a family, you are being asked to kind of plan ahead for this. Like it sounds kind of weird because like again I'm getting vibes that like you might not currently be with this person, but like you might just kind of need to still like make sure that you're like being practical within this, that you're not, oops, I am so sorry, I just moved the camera a little bit. I'm almost done. It's okay, even though it's off a little bit and I don't like the way that I'm in the photo, but that's fine. But anyway, yeah, so you just kind of need to make sure that you're planning ahead, that you are being practical, that you're not, rushing ahead into anything or, being too idealistic or anything like that. Just like making sure that like this dream is based in reality and that, you are beginning this on like a firm foundation. All of that, if we have adjustments are required. So, there's some changes that kind of need to come in here, but that's why you're also like, whatever this realization is, like, I think you're going to know kind of what necessary changes need to be made and kind of what steps need to be taken after that. All right, we've got unconventionality. Your unique qualities are an important part of your life purpose. It's okay to feel and be different from others. And then we also have love life. New or renewed romantic love is here for you. So that's exciting. Like, this is gonna be somebody who, because like maybe that's part of it. Like maybe somebody rejected you in the past because they were like, you're like too different from me, or you're just like really out there, or like I don't know. But whoever this person is that's going to come in, like whoever this dream person is, like it's going to be somebody who wants to celebrate all of your qualities, everything that you have to offer alongside you. So just be aware of that. Like if you do have somebody coming in and you're like, oh, like I kind of, I could hang, just like be aware, like if they're not celebrating all parts of you, if they're not, loving everything that you have to offer, if they're not, if they're not okay with you being kind of different or being a little bit, you know, unique or out there or whatever, you know, like just kind of be aware of that when you're like taking people into consideration, because whoever, you know, you want this end goal person to be is going to be somebody who really does like love every unique part of yourself. Well, I mean, you know, it's they're going to recognize that you being unique isn't a problem, or like you being different from others isn't like weird or whatever, you know, they're going to celebrate those parts of you. Okay, we also have stress reduction here. De-stress your mind, body, and schedule as you need to rest, recharge, and revive. So this just kind of feels like a little separate message here. Like, well, I mean, we do have the Nine of Pentacles here. So like I said, you could have been like really focused in on work. Like that might be where you've been really putting a lot of your energy because, you know, that's what else are you like, you know, you're like, well, I'm not, my love life's not going anywhere, or like I'm not focused on that right now, so I'm just gonna like put all my eggs in this basket over here with my work stuff. You're being asked to make sure that you are giving yourself some time to rest and giving yourself time to recharge as well. You know, just because maybe things, you know, you felt like you've really needed to focus on work in this time to distract yourself, or you know, to just put all of your energy into work just to like kind of let off steam or whatever. I don't know. You know, like you're just being asked to make sure that you're not overdoing it, that you're not putting yourself through anything that's going to lead to burnout or anything like that. Alrighty, Libra, that was the reading. Thank you so much for being here. As always, if anything resonated, you liked this video at all, please like, comment, subscribe, all of the above. I would really appreciate that immensely. And of course, I'll see you around. I'll see you for the new moon messages in a couple weeks. So I'll see you then.